Okay, today we are testing out the micro steamer. Now it cooks rice and vegetables. I can't find my instructions, so I'm just going by memory. So if it turns out bad, it's probably just because of me and not because it's a bad product. But I do remember the first time I used it, I didn't like it. But let's see how it turns out today. Right, here we go. So to begin with, I'm going to be putting in 4 tablespoons of rice. Now the first time I actually did make rice in this, the water just kept bubbling up. So, and I followed the directions. So I thought, I'm only going to be doing a small amount of water this time. Hence the reason why I only did a cup of boiling water. Now we're going to put that into the rice, and in theory, the little bit in the bottom is supposed to heat up and steam what you have in the top. Okay, so we put it in for 2 minutes. As you can see, really hard, hot to the touch, the plastic bits, and the lid is very hot to touch, as well as the side, so that's a bit of a downer. So what I'm going to do is add another cup of hot boiling water, just to hope it works. So yeah, it could have been a better design, because as you can see I'm struggling to pick up that lid. It's a bit hot. So we put it in, it's boiling over, bit of a pain because you've got to clean it up, but here we go, it's looking a little bit fluffier. Still a bit hard, so we're going to put it in for another little bit. Okay, so it's been in there for about 15 minutes, long time. Checking it back and forth, making sure it's not going to spill over too much, so I don't know. So to go with our budgetly made rice, which I don't know if it's just because we put the wrong amount of water in, not sure. We kept putting it in there for ages and ages. We've made a butter chicken to go with it, so keep watching to check that out. I would say it doesn't really work, but maybe I'm just doing it wrong. So okay, so now we're going to chop up some chicken. It's better if you defrost, like if you have it frozen, to defrost it a little bit and it's still a bit hard. So here we have it in here. Now I cook it for a good hour in water. That gets the chicken really tender, and it's also guaranteeing that you're going to have cooked chicken at the end of the day. So that's my little tip. I cook it for an hour. Lid goes on. Okay, once it's cooked, I'm going to put a bit of canola oil into the pan, and I'm using this butter chicken curry mix. I'm going to put in the spice paste, and following the directions of that, you put in the spice paste, you mix the chicken in the spice paste, and you cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes so that the flavors of that spice paste get into the chicken, and really marinate it. So we're going to make sure that we marinate this really well, because we want that real nice butter chicken. So we've been cooking it for a little bit. You can see that, you know, it's starting to caramelize. Here we go, looking way browner. All the spice paste has gotten into the chicken. That's what we want. So now once that happens, I'm going to be adding a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste. I'm going to make sure I mix that into the chicken. And then I'll be adding 3/4 of a cup of milk and a cup of water. Now I've taken it off the heat just to make it easier so it's not all splashing at you. However you want to do it is fine, but that's just my little tip. Get all the things mixed in, then put it back on the heat. So here I'm just combining all the ingredients, because you don't want big clumps of it in some areas and hardly any in the other. So we want to make sure it's nicely done. Then we're going to use the finishing sauce of this butter curry mix. So it's really simple. You just follow the directions on the back. So I'm going to put that in there. Make sure you get as much as you can get out. Yep. And then I'm going to mix this in really well. And then basically what you got to do is put it back on the heat, but put it on a low heat and let it simmer and thicken. And then obviously you can do it to the thickness to your desire. If you want it runny, go for it. If you don't want it runny, there. So here you have it, our finished product with the rice and the butter chicken. I can say it was delicious. So thanks guys so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and we will see you soon.